Hi everyone, Stepan here. I have the black pieces in this one. Opponent play d4. Okay, what do I want to say? Yeah, the last two games I traded off a lot of pieces and basically complied with any trades my opponents wanted, and ended up in sort of equal endgames. And that's not something I wanted to do. And this time I'm going to try to, well, have a better understanding of when trades should happen and which trades I should make, because I ended up in drawn endgames, which is not something I would like to do. I did win both of them, so I won my two last games, but basically they should have been draws. Okay, why is he allowing this? So bishop f3. If queen f3, then queen d4 seems to win a clean pawn. Because if bishop e3, I have queen g4. And there is no bishop b5 check, there is no bishop h7 check, so why couldn't I just win a pawn? Or ruin his pawn structure and win a pawn. So bishop f3, queen d4. Basically, whatever he plays, I am going to go queen g4. Okay, I'm going for this. I don't see why not. I'm just going to go for this. I don't know what compensation he has for this. I mean, it's not the usual type of compensation with bishop e3 which you get in the two knights, because I have queen g4. And queen g4 comes with tempo, and bishop e3 actually forces a queen trade. I don't know why he did this. So this forces a queen trade. If I go queen g4, that's a queen trade. No, he can go queen e3, but then I can go knight d5. Then he has to go queen d2. I could just go e6. I don't have to go queen g4. Or I could go queen d5. But I like e6 better. I don't think there's any need to... Okay, queen d5, he has to go queen e3, right? He has to go queen e3. Then I go knight d5, he has to go queen d2. What did I achieve? I don't think I achieved much. I actually don't want my queen on d5. I'm just gonna go e6. Okay. Now I want to go queen g4. And I think that's fine. I think queen g4 is okay. I could also go queen d5, because on queen e3 I can actually take on a2. So queen g4 or queen d5? Queen g4 gets out of the tempo, but queen d5 wins a pawn. Okay, I'm gonna go queen g4. It seems safer. Ah, wait, am I running into any bishop f6 trouble? So queen g4, bishop f6, queen takes f3. Does he have any tricks with mate? No, 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 he doesn't have any tricks with mate. So queen g4 it is. He has to go queen e3 or take. Okay. And now I was thinking just bishop e7, threatening knight d5. And that should be okay. If he goes bishop e2, I have queen f5. I think I'm safe. I think I'm just a pawn up. And knight d5 is not easy to meet. Okay. If I go queen h5, I actually lose my queen. So I think I have to go queen b4 or queen a4. I like queen b4 better. Okay, I'm gonna go queen b4. Do I have an alternative? I could consider giving up my knight, but that shouldn't be good enough. So queen h5, g4, knight g4, hg4. No, 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 I'm playing queen b4. I don't have enough. My queen is pretty active on b4. I mean, still, I don't think he has enough. I don't think the bishop pair is enough to compensate for this pawn. And even though my queen is sort of going for a ride, like this, now I have to play queen b6 as well. Wait. On queen b6, can he go queen g3? No, because then I have queen b6, queen g3, knight h5, queen g4, for example, bishop g5, queen g5. I can go g6, so that seems okay. I'm gonna go queen b6. He has to be worried about knight h5, I think. Also on queen g3 I can just castle. Also I can consider h6 simply. He does play queen g3. Knight h5 gets rid of his bishop pair. Knight h5, queen g4, bishop g5, queen g5, g6. g4, knight g7, queen f6, castles. That seems pretty safe. But should I play rook d8 first? He may be threatening bishop e3 now, if I castle, for example, so I think I have to go for knight h5. Yeah, I'm gonna go for knight h5. I think this is fine. Once I play g6, actually blocking this bishop, I could castle. And rook d7 is still not a threat, because if rook d7, once I've castled, I can always play queen takes b2. Oh, is he considering queen takes knight? That seems very risky. I didn't even consider queen takes knight. I just thought that that wasn't good. Of course, queen takes knight, bishop f6, and bishop h7, I guess, is the idea. But that seems suicidal. Yeah, okay. So I was thinking g4, knight g7, queen f6, and castles. And I couldn't see a problem with that. Okay, so knight g7 and castles seems okay. The d8 square is covered. If I castle and he goes rook d7, I'm gonna take on b2. Actually with tempo on the bishop. I think I'm just a pawn up. I mean, my position looks kind of weird, but I don't think I should be worried about anything. He's a bit ahead on the clock. But after I castle, I honestly don't see any compensation for the pawn anymore. I got rid of his bishop pair. I do have dark squared weaknesses, but I don't see how he can exploit them. My knight is actually pretty good on g7, covering e6. Threatening to take the b pawn. I'm actually threatening to take the b pawn now. And then grab another pawn. Okay, so now I have to castle. Okay, so defending b2. I'm guessing I should be challenging the d file with rook d8. Is there something more useful? I think I have to play rook d8. And then, but yeah, what am I doing? How do I double? I cannot double. I can go rook d8, and then I can go knight f5 for either rook d4 or knight d4. Because that covers the b2 pawn. Okay, that seems interesting. I could also go a5 and try to fix the b2 pawn, but I don't think I can manage that, so I'm just gonna go rook a d8 for now. Of course c5 is possible, but rook d6 still isn't. Oh, should I go h5? And they go g4? Oof, that seems very scary. h5, g4 takes, bishop takes. That's pretty scary. Unless I can go h6 and then g5. So h6, h5, g5 seems pretty risky, because I'm defending my g6 pawn. But then again, why am I so afraid? How can white lift his rook to g3? Well, he can do it from the e file. I could also consider going c5 and rook d4. I actually like that. I'm going to do that. I'm gonna go rook d4. He can play h5 if he wants to. But I'm gonna get a passed pawn or double my rooks. And my queen actually defends laterally now, so if I ever need to, I can play e5, sack a pawn. Okay, I'm playing rook d4 immediately. Now I'm threatening queen b2 and I'm threatening rook fd8. He has to react to this. And if rook takes, then pawn takes, threatening d3, winning the bishop. I don't know. I don't know if I take on b2 or play rook fd8. I don't know which is stronger. I think rook fd8 has to be stronger. Okay. Now I also have no idea if I should take with the rook or with the pawn. I take with the pawn, I think, but then bishop d3. But then knight h5. Then g4, knight g3. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to start thinking. Do I really have to take this? Because I don't want to take it. I could go rook takes, and if rook takes, I go rook takes and then queen d6. I like that. Because on queen d6, I can trade queens with tempo. I think he has to play bishop takes. Yeah. And now I can play queen d6. queen d6, h6, knight e8. The queen has to move. And the queen moves somewhere that doesn't trade queens, which means only g5 or h4 are possible. I wanted to go knight f5, but I cannot go knight f5 because they go g4. And I cannot take with the g pawn on h5 first, because bishop takes comes with tempo on f7. And if they don't take, then they go rook f3. But wait. How can that be good? Can I not just take? Because rook f3 now actually loses the bishop. So yeah, I think I can just take. I can just take. What am I talking about? Why am I so worried? Bishop takes cannot be played. Oh, I'm stupid. I can just take that. And I'm threatening queen d6. Rook f3 is impossible. I was afraid of rook f3. What am I afraid of? Stupid. Bishop c2 doesn't do anything also. What does that do? I can always go knight f5 if queen h6. Or I can also go f5. So queen d6, queen h6, f5. Oh, queen d6, queen d6, they have rook d1. I cannot allow that. But I can go rook d4 first. Rook d4, and if queen h6 I go f5. If rook d1 I trade. If bishop h7 I go king h7, and that seems okay. I may also consider rook d2 instead of rook d4. Rook d2 is interesting, forcing the bishop to move. And then I can play... okay, rook d2 has to be good. Rook d2 has to be good. Yeah, why would I play queen d6 when I can go rook d2? And then queen d8 next. Queen h6 now loses the bishop. Wow. I'm playing very poorly. I'm seeing stuff way too late. And I'm out of coffee. On rook f3 I have queen d8 with tempo, I think. And then if the queen moves away, I can simply play, for example, rook f3, queen d8, queen c3, I can go f6. Defends my knight, stops checkmate if they go rook g3. And then also on rook f3, queen d8, queen c3, I can go queen d4 and just trade off. which also seems good. I don't know, I think I'm just 2 pawns up. My pawn structure isn't perfect and his bishop is better than my knight, but still. I think it's time to force a queen trade with queen d8. But then he takes the b2 pawn, but I have the d file, and what's that endgame like? I don't think I have a choice though. I think I have to go queen d8 because he could be threatening rook f3 now. Okay, I'm just going to go into that endgame a pawn up instead of 2, because I still have the d file, and if he moves his queen away, then I can go b6 and this way I understand that I gave up my b7 pawn, but at least I'm going to play rook d2 again, and I can play knight f5. Maybe even f5 to prevent his bishop from coming back. If he goes queen h6, of course I go f5. Yeah, but he's gonna take the pawn. Now, I think rook d2 is sensible because it's with tempo. Oh, he wants to trade there. Oof, what's the endgame like? I have no idea what the endgame is like. I didn't think he was going to trade. I don't think I can trade. Okay, this was a mistake. I didn't consider the bishop versus knight endgame well enough. Okay, so I'm just going to decline the trade. His bishop could be superior to my knight due to my weaknesses, but with rooks on the board that's going to be much harder to exploit. Also, with rooks on the board I can actually target his weaknesses twice. This was to prevent bishop e4 so that I can go knight f5 and get my knight into the game. What I want to do is go h4, knight f5 and knight g3. So I'm gonna go knight f5 first. Now I'm going to start moving my king up. Maybe I don't actually need my king on the king side. No, I'm gonna start moving my king towards the queen side. Because I want to get into a5. I don't think my king has a future while he's covering all the light squares. Why do I have a minute on the clock and he has 8? Why is everybody faster than me? As long as my rook is defended, okay, he simply wants to move his rook away laterally. That's a good idea, but I can then take on f4, so he still has to be careful. So I'm just gonna keep improving my king. Maybe he wants to go rook e2 and bishop e4, but I can just take on f4. King e1 is a weird move. I mean, I sort of understand it, but it's still weird to see somebody play king e1. As soon as he threatens g3, I'm playing h4. Okay. I'm not going to allow g3. I cannot allow that. Because that would defend the f-pawn permanently. Allowing my king in with tempo, that's okay. I don't want to play f6 if I'm going to be honest, so I think I'm just gonna go back. And I need to find a way to defend my pawn in advance. If I move my rook, he plays bishop e4. If I don't move my rook, I'm not threatening anything. So let's say rook d6, bishop e4, knight d4. He has to play... No, he doesn't have to do anything. I'm not happy with this. I cannot get my king across. I'm just gonna go a5, see what he does. I'm trying to play a4 and break up the pawns, or I'm trying to play a3 and fix his pawns. So if he moves the bishop away, I'm gonna play a4. If he undefends a4. Okay. Now this does weaken a3. So this actually does weaken his pawns. So I can now go rook d6, bishop e4, knight d4, and rook b6. Ah, okay. Now he doesn't do that. Let's go knight d4 here. And take the a pawn. Can I take the a pawn? Oof, this is complicated. Do I want to trade the a pawn for my h pawn? I don't think I do. Although I wasn't sure, but I don't think I do. Okay, let's try this. Now his bishop cannot move. Okay. Now let's try to push through this way. Because if he ever goes rook d3 here, I think my endgame is very close to winning. I just go rook d6 and should be close to winning. You have to go back. And now I think I'm ready to push. The bishop still is tied down. Yeah, let's just push. I need to create a passed pawn and start pushing the passed pawn. He has a 3-2 which doesn't do much. I have a 2-1 which doesn't do anything. So the only way I'm going to win is with a passed pawn on the e file. I think I go around this way. I'm not pinned yet, but I will have to be careful about... Oh, I just ran into b4. He does have b4. That's not good. He has b4. Oof. I just ran into b4. Ah! Yeah, good job. Ah, I hate myself sometimes. I ran into b4. That's disgusting. Ugh. Okay, and I actually have to go rook d8 here. I just lost the entire game because of a pin, and I was thinking how I don't want to be pinned. Okay, let's try and get the pawn back. pawn is very scary. But at least I can go knight d4. Or, I don't think I lost the game, I think I lost my advantage, but I should not have allowed b4, and I saw it a second too late. I don't know how he prevents knight d4. I don't think there's an easy way to save this pawn, but maybe he can prevent knight d4, I don't know. Maybe his best try is rook b3. But that should be a draw, I think. Rook b3, knight d4, rook b5. I go knight c6, bishop c6, rook c6, rook e5 check, king f4, rook a5, and rook c4, which gives him the g2 and the a3 pawns, and I have double h pawns, but I think my king is too close to the g pawn for him to hold. Yeah, he does go for that. I think I have to go for this. Although I could consider keeping my e pawn. Oh no, I'm stupid. He doesn't have rook b5. What am I talking about? I thought he had rook b5 here. He doesn't have rook b5 because I take it. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna go into that, but he's going to pin me. Ah! Okay, let's just go here. I don't want to go for that endgame, that's way too scary. Oh, my time ran out. Oh, I didn't even notice. No! Yeah, I didn't even notice that my time ran out. Okay, I was going to play king g3. Okay, let's analyze the game. I was going to play king g3 here. And I was thinking he plays c7 or rook e5. If he plays rook e5, I was going to take on g2. I didn't pay enough attention to my time. I think this may be the first time I flagged ever. Okay, bishop g4, castles. Bishop f3 is okay. So I should have just gone back to f6 here. This is a mistake, but I'm very close to winning here. c5 is okay. Rook d4. Where did I go wrong? This is -3. This is still a winning endgame. I mean, b4 has to be -5. Jesus. Okay, playing e5 is a mistake, but it's very hard to understand why. And even after b4 I'm okay. Yeah, I should have played e4. But I was afraid of b takes c5. And now I just lost my entire advantage. Yeah, here on rook c5 I was going to play king g2. But that loses. It loses if he takes on it doesn't lose if he takes on e5, but if he plays c7 then it does lose. Yeah. Okay, so probably I would have lost the game anyway. But I had a +5 advantage. I think I played pretty well. And then when I started to push with f6, then it all went wrong. I should not have played f6, but what's the way to make progress? Okay, so let's go here. And then let's say he just waits. Ah, I can also put pressure on this pawn. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, okay. I played too quickly and lost control. He had 2 blunders, I had 3 blunders. Okay. Yeah, I mean, how much time did I have when I flagged? 13 seconds. Yeah, I didn't pay enough attention to my time. Thank you for watching. I hope you got something from the game. It was interesting for me. Stay tuned for more chess. Bye bye.